Hello everyone, welcome to Level Change channel. Today we are going to fly from New York to Washington Dulles, and this is the first time that you are going to have the action camera, so I can show to you right now. So today you are going to see my FS control panel, my MCP, my display control panel, my FMC, and my throttles here, including flaps, speed brake. You will see how I handle everything, and of course yoke and rudders here at the back. So I hope you enjoy it. Of course, I'm not going to keep this webcam on all the time. I'm going to use it when I'm flying manually and during the approach, so you can see my selections on the MCP. And I hope you like. Let me know after the live stream how it was, the quality for you, the size of the camera, and so on. Okay, so let's start our flight by doing our preparation. So first thing that we need to do when the pilots get on board, let me just see how it's working. Boarding was requested.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
GSX is asking me to set a certain amount of fuel. I'm going to do it on this here, so I'm going to take 4,000 and then I'm going to select 15,000, which is the amount of fuel that I want. I think they still have this bug where you need to insert a certain amount. So let me see if I put 4,000 here, and then I select level 10%. I think we need to select by percentage and not by total quantity. I think this is something wrong with GSX. I assume. Not sure about it. It should start refilling though. So, oops, wrong camera. Let me go again. And we can try to find our refilling here. Oh, it's here. So let's zoom in. Yeah, now it's working. As you can see, we need to start fuel quantity by level and not by total kilograms, which is completely unrealistic because you don't really know how much is your percentage of fuel on board. So this is a big issue on GSX, at least on my side when I was using Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and now also on 2024. But anyway, we got inside the airplane and I'm going to check status first. So APU is running, hydraulics are okay, oxygen is okay, engines, oil quantity is okay as well. We have no exceedances, all correct. We want to check our ground maintenance here to make sure that our brakes and tires, they are okay. They are yellow now, not a big issue. And that's it. For ground services, we don't have anything connected. And for ground services, we are going to use GSX. So that's what you are seeing right now, especially on this side where they are supposed to be almost completing our cargo holds loading. Okay, so everything is correct here. We can start with our ADRU and emergency lights, voice recorder as well, and then we make sure we have a parking brake. So, and lights, navigation lights are on, so first officer can go out and do the exterior inspection. Meanwhile, the captain is going to just fill the FMC. So in the electronic flight bag, we can request data from SimBrief, and I'm going to leave SimBrief here, and OFP, yep, that's the correct one. So I'm going to use my FMC. Let me see how it works, the camera, for you guys today. If I put the camera, yeah, maybe you're going to see. This is a good camera actually, so you can see how I can program the FMC here. You will be able also to see up there the electronic flight bag, and of course in the tail here on this side you will see whatever I'm doing on the sim. So menu FMC, and we have 300 fuel flow is slash plus 0.06 according to the flight plan, plus 0.6, sorry, plus 0.6, yes, slash plus
Catering
slash
vehicles are on their way.
plus 0.6. Yeah, now we have the correct one. Position initialization is KJFK. We are going to use the GPS position to set our inertia. Our route is KJFK to KIAD. And flight number today is American Airlines 105. We can go to next page and set Robbinsville RBV as route RBV2. Yes, to the VOR. We can activate, we can execute departure and arrival. We are going to depart JFK 5. Departure runway from here today. Wind 18018, gusting 27. So we're going to use 2 to right. Yep, so 2 to right today, JFK 5 departure. And then departures and arrivals, so we are expecting runway 18 there in Washington, is that correct? 19, yeah, Washington's runway 19. So we can go to index Washington, and it says 19 left. Makes sense to me. We are coming from the east side, so ILS 19 left. We have Hyper 9 transition, Hyper 9 arrival, Robbinsville transition. And for the ILS, I'm not going to select any transition. I will explain to you later. So basically what we have is vectors, Robbinsville, bank hikes, Lynch, Burns, hyperpath, and then vectors to Loot, Domsey, and only 19 left. Okay, we are going to check the arrival later on. So we have a route copy here. In case of any problem, we can continue straight ahead. So not a big deal in case we need to come back. Departure and arrival, just select arrival on runway, the same runway to, I don't know, with this wind, the best runway to come back to New York. Runway 13 right. Yeah, best runway is 13 right, but we do not have an ILS on that one. But with this weather, we can plan on RNAV Zulu 13 right. From us south to Maya and 13 right. That is perfect for our flight. So our route is complete. Performance configuration reserves are 7.8 today. 0 fuel weight. We are talking about 204.9, 204.9. Cruise altitude is supposed to be very low, very low. I doubt it that we are going to go all the way to 300 on this flight. Anyway, cost index 15. And what else I need here that I was thinking about? Attach pushback tug now? No.
Do you want a board crew?
Yes. I would say nobody now because we are already on board. And then thrust limit, we're going to see it later on. Takeoff, everything is correct here. VNAV, transition altitude 18, cruise level 300.72, and descent is all set. So legs, route data, wind request. Another thing, we have JFK. 25 miles. This is our MSA, so everything is set. Wind data uplink ready. We can load the wind. And also on descent forecast is requesting the winds for descent forecast, and it's all fine. So FMC here, legs page for the first officer. Load. And we have everything. Next step is going to be performance. We are going to leave on this page. We can take this out. And now we do the captain pre-flight. So VOR, altimeter I didn't check. We have for departure altimeter 3009. Okay, so 3009. 3009, that is perfect. Traffic. And then airport. Let's see how you are following this. Maybe if I use this is slightly better for you to follow. Yep, makes sense. So flight directors, they need to go on. Auto throttles, they are already on. Heading for departure, we are going to have 224. So I'm going to pre-select 224. And if I'm not mistaken, initial altitude here is 5,000. And by the way, we can check that on our charts. SID Kennedy 5. And it states here top altitude 5,000. That is correct. So 5,000 for now. So this side is complete. We can come here and do oxygen. And then check our instruments. They are all correct. Toga flight director. No V speeds, altimeter, and heading. Yes. Now, also all fine here on the pedestal. We don't need my camera anymore. First officer coming back from the exterior walk around, doing his pre-flight now. And it's all fine. Yes. Here, flight director is already on. We need the traffic on the first officer side, airports and VORs. Whoops. Let's try to move the camera this way. So, oxygen. Everything is set. For the auto brake, we are going to select RTO. We can cancel these tickets off. All set on first officer side with Toga, flight director, no V speeds, altimeter, and heading. And the last step is all the way down here on 122. Actually, frequency for JFK today, I can type .CTAP KJFK on vPilot, and we are going to see that the frequency is 119.1. So easier just to change, and I'll change, whoops, 119. Amazing. 119.1, so this is the frequency. On the ground, 122.8 is going to be frequency in the air, and 121.5 is the emergency frequency that we always monitor on the right VHF. So there we go, 121.5, and we change it to the active. So I'm going to talk to ground, but actually I need to talk here in VATSIM, so I'm going to keep like this, but usually captain talks to ground. And payload is set. That is very nice. By GSX, I think he did it. And transponder, I do receive the transponder here from VATSIM, which is 7652. For transponder 7652. We can select above and above for the departure. On the left side, everything else is correct. Let me just check GSX. Boarding passengers now, 5 minutes remaining. Catering vehicles are in position. Okay, if the catering vehicles are in position, what they want us to open door maybe? No, door is open, so I think they are working, right? Should be. Anyway, we are going to complete our pre-flight now by doing our pre-flight checklist. Oxygen is tested 100% on both sides, and also flight instruments. Both sides are heading 211, altimeter 3009. Pre-flight checklist is complete. So we have no ATC here. I'm going to show you. Go. So we are going to depart on Kennedy 5. Let's start with our airport information. So we are here, position Fox 16. We are going to get out via Tango Alpha. And then, as it is mentioned here, the outer taxi, we go counterclockwise, the inner taxi clockwise. So we are going to leave Alpha. So Tango Alpha, right on Alpha. And then we have a couple of options to cross to the other side. I remember crossing most of the times via Whiskey or Delta, sometimes via Delta Bravo. So today we can make Alpha all the way to Delta Bravo and then cross on Delta Bravo, Foxtrot Bravo, and make right turn on Foxtrot Bravo, yeah, Delta Bravo, right turn Foxtrot Bravo, and then left on Echo to go full length runway 22 left. Let me see if we have, yeah, we have a 300 yards, the approved taxi routes. This is very important to us. Let me just make sure we have, we cannot do these turns here. So as we expect to Alpha, Delta Bravo is correct, and Foxtrot Bravo is also correct. So no issues, we can do all these turns. And then we have our SID, Kennedy 5. Left and right. Basically, you climb heading 224, and then you expect radar vectors. We have Robbinsville departure. We expect vectors to Robbinsville VOR after Ranger. So after Ranger, so Robbinsville VOR and Ranger. Where is Ranger? Ranger, and this is Robbinsville VOR. So maybe we would like to see Ranger on our FMC. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fix page 2. Ranger, is this the right Ranger? Yeah, 32 miles. Does it make sense? 27 miles from the VOR. Yes, it makes sense. So what I'm going to do here, just in case, I'm going to select zoom out. Yes, then I have Ranger and then Robbinsville VOR. So in case we need, we can also include before Robbinsville this fix. It's even better. Instead of using on fix page, we can even put on the legs page before Robbinsville. Right up there. Ranger. And then Robbinsville. So with the partner heading 224 to 400, we expect vectors. In this case, we are going to climb straight ahead and then just fly Ranger and Robbinsville if we have no ATC. which makes sense according to our departure. So I was talking to you about the departure, as you can see also on the chart here on the right side, it's about 5,000. We're going to climb 5,000, stop, and then we set our course to Ranger and we climb to flight level 300, which is our level today from Robbinsville. And then what is very interesting today is that if we need to come back, the longest runway with this way to come back is Arnav Zulu runway 13 right. That is 13 right. 13 right, yes. Arnav Zulu 13 right. This is the longest runway. It's visual today, so not a big deal. We can come back. The only thing we are going to pre-plan our MDA of 940 plus 50 feet, 990, and you can see this maybe on the so I'm going to select the minimums of 990. Too much. $990, and we can reset in case we need to come back. Is already pre-selected, so I'm pre-selected this chart. Then arrivals in Washington Dulles, we are expecting Hyper 9, which starts from Robbinsville. Yeah, there we go. So we start from Robbinsville, then we go Bank, Pikes, Lancaster VOR, and then from Lancaster is all the way here. Then we have Joan, Delro, Lurch, Baines, Hyper at 10,250. I'm going to check on my FMC here while I show you the chart. Hyper 250 and 10. Then Zigbee. No, then Pratt, because we are landing runway 19 left, so we have Pratt at 9,000, and then vectors on the heading 230 to the ILS. So far 19 left, ILS 19 left, that is the one. After arrival we are going to land so far 19 left, and then we are going to taxi today to position Alpha 32. Okay, so Alpha 32 is on the taxiway Charlie. Alpha 32 is on the taxiway Charlie. Sorry Juan, I talk to you in a few seconds. I'm going to see the messages in a minute. And parking gate, yes, so expecting 19 left to vacate one of the high speeds, most probably Kilo 5, go back on Kilo or Juliet, and then enter via Charlie to position 32. So this is already our brief for departure and arrival while everybody's being boarded in this airplane. So that's it. We have pretty much everything set. We are just missing our performance. So people are saying there's something.
Traffic, Delta 2333 heavy taxi active, runway 22 right, via Echo crossing 31 right, continue.
Audio is wrong. Some is wrong with my microphone. Actually, let me just check. Microphone. Okay, in OBS and vPilot they are working. Okay, so now let me check sound settings. Okay, give me a moment, guys. Because it's showing the wrong microphone. I installed the webcam and give me a minute, guys. TCA Boeing, okay, and then on Windows. Okay, guys, it should work now. Good evening, Luis. Guys, let me know how is the audio now. The problem is that I just installed my webcam today, and for some reason Windows was taking the audio from the webcam, or maybe causing some sort of interference between those two. So let me know how it is now. Let me see if I can do something else here in the OBS, but I think it should work. There is no reason for the audio to be wrong now. So we have Samsung as desktop audio. Okay, should be working now, guys. Let me know how it is. Meanwhile, I'm going to do performance here for runway 22 right. I'm going to import everything from the airplane, so it should work. 18018. I'm going to use 0/0, 281019. We can calculate and then we can take this to the performance. So index thrust limit, we have takeoff 2, temperature is 45, flaps 5, CG we had it as CG, and weight and balance, takeoff CG is 33, so 33, and speeds are 145, 149, 155. I'm going to give you my camera one more time, and then we can also check if the camera is going to interfere with the audio again. 155, LNAV and VNAV. Actually it's going to be heading. What we have here on the FMC is heading. Okay, so we can fly. LNAV is not a big issue. Heading is set there. So that's it. We are basically ready to go. Let's see what... Oh my god. I'm going to stop this because it says 45 passengers boarded only. This makes no sense. So I'm going to just restart this. And then I'm going to ask to prepare for pushback and departure. While I prepare for pushback and departure, we can do our before start. There we go. All set. And last step. Checklist. So before start checklist, flight deck door is closed and locked. MCP V2, V2. V2155 heading 224, altitude 5000. Takeoff speeds V1145, VR149, V2155. CDU pre-flight completed. Trim. Always missing these at 3.5 today. So slightly ahead. 3.5, 0 and 0. Taxi and takeoff briefing, we did even the approach briefing. So, checklist is complete.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Okay, I am ready as well. JFK traffic, American 105, start pushback from apron 8, American Airlines position 16 to exit via Tango Alpha. Let's see outside how it is.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Okay. Tug is coming. Looks good. Your audio is 5 for me. It's working nice, properly. Thank you so much. However, if you get any conflict in the future, it's well known that NVIDIA audio driver always conflict with the pilot. Thank you, Juan. I didn't know about that. I don't even know how I do to uninstall or stop this NVIDIA audio driver. So let me know if you have any tip. By the way, my camera was on. Okay, so you don't need the camera for now. And there we go. We are waiting for the pushback to start. They say to release parking brake? No, they didn't ask for the direction. Interrupt pushback? No. No, just tell me where you are. We have doors open and so on. That's very amazing. That's why I hate GSX when it doesn't work. I still don't know how to work with GSX, guys. Sorry. Ground operations, door management. We are going to close all. Okay, now we are closing all of them. Close this. Close this. When I say close all, it's all. Okay, now it's closing. It says opening. I don't want it opening. I want it close. My god, man. So many bugs when you have a GSX not working properly. So now it's closing. I'm going to arm these as well. And it should be okay.
Kennedy traffic, Delta 263 Heavy, 50 miles from the field. Base leg runway 22 left approach. Kennedy.
Closing, closing, closing. Okay, completely closed. So what we need is nose to the left, tail to the right today.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Commencing push.
Thank you.
All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, start today. Right engine. Right engine to start. Sequence is going to be right and left. And there we go. Wow, they hit everything here. Amazing. They don't really care about our position. We were supposed to be in the middle of the taxiway, not here. Tug was gone. Tug is in. Tug is gone. Another very strange pushback. Anyway. Marcelo Pimenta, bom voo. Obrigado, Marcelo. Baita foto aí do aerobueiro. So we just started the right engine now. Yes, now we can start the left one. Okay, now they are taking us to the right place. It was so easy just to push back us back and then do this turn, but anyway, that's how they decided to do. Around 33% N2, we have fuel flow. Then there we go. EGT should start rising right now. Yes, and then we follow N1, AGT, N2, fuel flow, oil pressure, oil temperature, oil quantity, and vibration. Coming down. And in a few seconds, the engine start will be complete. I'm going to give you my camera today for this from now on. So flaps 5. And first officer can go all the way up. Take APU off.
Please set parking brake.
Engine anti-ice to auto.
Heavy traffic, Delta 263.
They want parking brake, so brakes and parking brake is
Waiting your
set.
confirmation for a good engine start.
It's all set. And then captain here, now they want confirmation for good engine start. Yes, good engine start.
Cockpit to ground.
You
We
can
have a
go.
good engine start. You can disconnect.
Flight controls check. Okay, so waiting them to leave.
Unlocking gear.
Okay, takes so long, so long. So guys, you can see on Marcelo Pimenta's photo is his first hour
Disconnected.
on that kind of airplane. This is
Left is clear.
the most
right is clear.
common training airplane in Brazil in the 90s and the beginning of this century. Nowadays we don't have many of them left. Anyway, amazing, Marcelo. Thank you so much. Okay, she's leaving, so we can do rudder check. Right, left, and before taxi checklist. Let me see how it works. Yeah, it shows the before taxi to you there. Okay, nice. So anti-ice is auto, recall is checked, tickets off, and flight controls checked, ground equipment clear. Yes, go, move, get out. So taxi light on, and we can start taxi. Brakes released. We are moving in idle. That's amazing. American 105, start taxi to the holding point, runway 22 right via Tango Alpha, Alpha, Delta Bravo, Foxtrot Bravo, and Echo. You cannot see, but here on the left side, I have a tiller. So, actually you can see, maybe if I do like this, yeah, you see, here, this is my tiller. I should go straight ahead, but to show you the tiller, I'm going to move right, and I'm going to move left. Okay, so this is my tiller. Okay, now you cannot see it anymore, but it's here. You are going to see my camera. Clássicos virtuais, boa noite, boa noite, obrigado pela presença. So my Brazilian friends are here. What we just got is cabin ready for departure. That is amazing. So I'm going to vacate via Tango Alpha here, and then I talk to my friend. So there we go, left on Tango Alpha, and left is clear. Then we take right on Alpha. Okay. Right side is also clear. A little bit of oversteering on the 777-300. Actually, it's much more than the 200, but anyway, you can taxi both the same way if you do oversteering on the 200 as well. Usually I don't do much on the 200, but here in New York all the taxiways, they are very narrow, so maybe it's a good idea. It's a nice place also to practice this. So what we have here, Clássicos Virtuais. So today Clássicos Virtuais was watching my videos about hydraulic system. He congratulates me for the content, thank you so much. He bought the freighter because of my content. Thank you so much. So yeah, if you have any doubt, you can write to me in Portuguese. Any comment on the videos, I will be happy to help you. Clássicos Virtuais, se tiver alguma dúvida aí, manda mensagem, comentário em qualquer um dos vídeos aí, eu sempre vejo e vou tentar responder e tentar te ajudar qualquer dúvida que você tiver. Obrigado pelas palavras aí. Chulapa, a question, will you fly the PMDG 74 when it's released? Yes, yes, I will. Actually, all the PMDGs I fly, you know, I bought the
Heavy clear of 22
7-3
up to the Delta gates via Juliet.
Oops, I missed taxiway. No, it's correct. I'm going to continue on Alpha here. Okay, yeah, that is correct. So basically, I bought this 737, 700 and 800, and PMDG gave me the 777. So for sure when they launch, I'm going to buy the 74s. Especially, you know, because I think it's a good relationship that they give me the 777s that I fly. I can give them some feedback as well, and I keep being their customers on the other planes that I really love. So yes, I'm going to fly the 74. I'm going to ask a few friends few questions about the 74, how to operate, what are the main differences on the 74, and we can do a flight almost as real as we do on the 777s. On the 73, because I flew the 73, it's easier for me, but on the 74, yeah, we will need to talk to somebody. Okay, so there we go. We'll be waiting for Foxtrot, no, so for Delta Bravo now. There we go, cabin is ready. To avoid many tasks on the other side of the runway, and now we are in a straight line, we can take the weather radar on. I'm going to look the other side and take the terrain on the first officer side, and we can do before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist complete. We are on Alpha to cross Delta. Somebody else coming. I hope he's on Bravo, Aer Lingus. And then we are going to cross behind Aer Lingus on Delta Bravo to cross runway 13 right, 31 left. Yeah, Aer Lingus is on Delta Bravo. I think he just arrived. Look how close it is when you have two big jets in Kennedy. Yep. There we go. Delta Bravo is the next one. 11 knots. It's more than 10 that we need on 90-degree start. So I'm going to reduce just a little bit. Yep. Good enough. And now we turn. If you see outside, we are oversteering and getting out of the taxiway lights, the side. So one thing that we can do, we can turn on our lights now, our transponder, to make sure everybody see us on runway 13 right, 13 left. Nobody on approach. We cross. Also transponder should be on. Because I'm flying alone, I'm not going to do all this for today. Yep. So at the end right, first left, at the end right again, and then we are on the runway. Very strange, these taxiway markings ahead of us. I just taxied on the opposite direction in New York 3 days ago, and those taxi lines here, they are like a square. You don't have these round markings here, but anyway. Right is clear, and now we are going to turn left. Here we have a little bit of space. Okay, while we are approaching, where is my mouse? Okay, lights. And transponder to TA array. Kennedy traffic, American 105, lining up for departure, runway 22 right, straight ahead, departure to Ranger. Runway is clear, everybody's advised. Cabin is ready. Checklists are complete. Ready? Ready to roll? We are going to do a rolling takeoff here. Rudder released. We are on the rudders. 55%. The rudders are very sensitive on my system. I need to sort these out. Take off. Why is not working? Thrust ref is not working anyway, so we do manual thrust. Thrust is set. A lot of wind today. Gusty winds.
Positive rate of climb.
Gear up. LNAV. Thrust ref. VNAV speed. Heading should be 224. We are accelerating. Flaps 1. Flaps up. autopilot. Now I can go direct to Ranger. I'm not going to wait in 5,000 feet, so I'm going to climb to flight level 300, which is our flight level for today. And we can do after takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist is complete. As simple as that. Heading bug, we always follow it. And we are inbound Ranger. There we go. Let's go to KIAD. Yeah, maybe I do some content in KIAD using my configuration here. Should be nice. Luiz Antônio Perina. Por que da câmera? Para mostrar aqui para vocês. Para vocês verem o que está acontecendo aqui. Obrigado pela presença, Luiz. And Shulapa, he liked this camera. So it was for you to see how I handle. Not the best today. I have to say that the winds in Microsoft Flight Simulator, they are a little bit weird, especially after you select a couple of things on Active Sky. I need to review my Active Sky settings. It's a little bit weird on the ground, and also my rudder is very sensitive. I tried to adjust it today. It didn't work properly. I have to do more. And we have a question here. Marcelo, let me know. Marcelo, se você não entender inglês, me avisa, tá? Beleza? Eu vou falar em inglês primeiro, e aí, se for o caso, eu te respondo em português também. So, guys, Marcelo Pimenta is asking. He has a doubt. After V1, you take your hand out of the levers. Yes. I don't know if I did it today. For some reason, my toga buttons were not working, both of them. Okay, I really don't know what was going on, because auto throttle were armed. It should work. It should work, just as simple as that. But it didn't. So I don't know if I did it the right way. But basically, the captain keep the hands on the lever until V1. So captain is flying, and then at V1 the captain take his hand out of the levers, both on the yoke, or if he is not flying, both away. Okay, if he's flying both on the yoke, and he's going to use the both hands on the yoke to do the rotation. Okay, before 400 feet, because around 200 feet you are complete stable on your path. Okay, that's even the time you can engage autopilot on the 777. So around after 200 feet, when you have the height for the autopilot and so on, you can bring the thrust, your hands back to the thrust lever. So at 400 feet, when you have thrust ref indication on FMA, you are controlling the thrust levers again, and if you need, you can override them. Okay, and basically that's it. So like this, V1. Like this, rotate, you pull. Then once you get out of the ground, you make sure you are stable. Hand back to the thrust lever. Então, Marcelo, o que acontece é o seguinte. Até a V1, mão do comandante na manete, tá? Se o comandante estiver voando, ele tem uma mão no manche, uma mão na manete. A partir do momento em que o avião, no 777, o avião já fala V1. Em algumas aeronaves não tem esse call-out automático, aí o copiloto fala, quem está monitorando fala V1, aí tira a mão da manete, passa para o manche e usa as duas mãos no manche para rodar a aeronave. Assim que a aeronave sai do chão, por volta de 200 pés, você já está com a aeronave mais ou menos controlada, estabilizada, tá? Não só controlada, mas mais ou menos estabilizada. O trem de pouso já está sendo recolhido nesse momento, então aí nesse momento, por volta de 200, 300, até 400 pés é o momento que você volta a mão na sua manete, a 400 pés entra de novo o autothrottle, e aí você já está com a mão aqui no autothrottle para que, se ele faça alguma coisa errada, você desconecta e voa na mão. Matheus Diniz, não estou de férias não. Matheus is asking if I'm on holidays. No, I am not. I arrived this morning. Yeah, I arrived this morning back home. from JFK, from where we just departed. So we crossed 10,000 feet, and 10,000 feet we can let's do like this. So no electronics to auto, seatbelts to auto, there is no turbulence forecasted, landing lights turn off, and taxi light, they go off. And we already accelerate to 297 knots. Now transition altitude, so we can set altimeters to standard, and we keep the heading bug going right. Guys, I think this is a nice camera. You can still see the whole panel, and you can see what I'm moving here. And basically that is thrust levers do not move automatically like in the real airplane. So basically when we reach cruise level, I will have to retard them a little bit just to synchronize these two levers with the levers on the simulator itself. On top of descent, usually they go to idle, so I'm going to bring them manually to idle, but the flight simulator is going to do it anyway. Then on final approach, I advance to match whatever is the setting that we have during the approach, and in case I need to disconnect auto throttle, I disconnect auto throttle with this button here on the left side or this button here on the right side, and then I can fly it manually if I need. Marsh W13, meu avião favorito, obrigado senhor. Thank you Marsh for your donation. Marsh, muito obrigado pela doação, obrigado pela mensagem, e eu voo o 777 na vida real e vou dizer que até hoje é o melhor avião que eu já voei, com certeza. So Marsh just said that this is his favorite airplane. I do fly the 777 in real life, and for sure this is the best airplane I ever flown so far. Amazing, amazing airplane. You have many automatic things, you know, like your workload is very reduced, everything works, and is a beast. Especially the 300, these engines, G9115BL, they are amazing. Can you better show this FMC support? GXGS is asking. I can try to show you with the camera. Let me see what I can do here. But basically, what I have is the Next Level Racing flight sim chair. As you can see, I'm on the flight sim chair here from Next Level Racing. And then here on the side, I just have like 2 layers of support that comes with the chair itself. So I use the second layer here to set my thrust and my FMC. However, I'm waiting to take this slightly down and further aft. The levers, they are very how can I say this, aft in this case. I need it to go forward a little bit and slightly down, because on the real airplane this is more down than this position. So I need to lower everything and put it a little bit forward in this case, okay? The problem is that I am the maximum lower and forward for this chair. So I'm going to have to do a new hose and use another way to fix this support to the chair, okay? Another thing, I will need to take my computer here slightly also aft. So I need to move everything aft. Guys, I bought all those things through the last year, so I was buying this for 1 year. When I mean this is the computer itself, honeycomb, also FMC, yoke, rudder pedals, all these peripherals to the Honeycomb Bravo. Basically, I have thrust levers from ProDesk Sim. Also, the flap and the speed brake are from Flight Sim Factory. So, different configurations here. Also, MCP, DSP, AFIS control panel. So I bought everything during the last year, including the chair. And then I noticed that I have to adapt things as I was building this setup. So the chair is not perfect. It does a really good job. But there are things that I need to sort it out, like the support for the throttle and the FMC. These MCPs, FEs and DSP. Oh, I didn't change the frequency. So basically, the glare shield, it looks fine. Oh no. GSX interfering with this. So how can I just ignore GSX? Anyway, I'm going to check this in a second. So basically, to have this in a nice position that does not interfere with my screen and is still around my hands, I had to buy this table and so on. So I'm still adapting, I'm still changing a little bit, and I think in a few months I will have the ideal setup, and then I can do another video and show you all the modifications that I did to the standard products here. We are getting close to top of descent, and I just want to let you know, Jefferson Silveira, grande abraço, obrigado pela presença. Chicago Pilot, good evening. Do you fly the 777 in US or Brazil? I fly the 777 in the Middle East. What's the difference between manually controlling the 777 in real life and in the simulator? It's difficult to say, because in real life you feel the airplane, so it's much easier, much easier to fly. Here on the sim, I don't really like how the trim behaves. Even though it's simulating what it does in real life, it just does not feel the same. So the trim on the 777 here is very weird. It doesn't really work like in real life. It is emulating what it does in real life, but it doesn't feel so. And I have a huge problem with my rudder pedals. They are too sensitive, and I still couldn't find a nice spot for them. So I still have to work on this. And this changes a lot my takeoff and landings. You're going to see that after landing, the airplane is going to swear left and right a couple of times until I have the correct amount of rudder input to keep it on the center line. So in real life is much easier. Roberto Novaes, boa noite. É o 2024. E eu não tive nenhum problema com o 2024 até agora, Roberto. Funcionando 100% aqui pra mim. Thanks for showing support. Congratulations on your setup. Thank you so much. Yeah, and by the way, the FMC is attached to this support that comes with the chair using just, I don't really know how to call this, but it's just like the glue that it comes with the FMC from Wing, okay? And this is on the most higher position, the support. So when I bring this forward and lower, I'm also going to tilt it a little bit. So this is going to be less tilted, so it's going to look a little bit more than the real life one. As you can see here on the sim, the FMC is not that tilted up. So I'm going to tilt all this quadrant a little bit, so the levers, they will feel better, because also in real life the thrust, it doesn't go all the way back like this. It stays slightly more up, but also when you put it up, it goes much forward. So yeah, I have to change this position, and then when I change this, thrust levers and FMC is going to be in a much better place. Just before we continue, let me try to check our arrivals. So there we go. Arrival, we have 210, 11, gusting 16, altimeter 3010, so I can pre-select here. Three zero one zero, and on the arrivals, first altitude on the Hyper 9. Is actually 10,000 feet, so I can select my altitude to 10,000 feet. Set. Heading bug. And we can go to the approach.
Super 115, super on final to the left, kinetic traffic.
Minimas for the ILS 502, so I can select here 502. Yeah, 502 is set, and we can calculate performance. So performance 2, we go to landing route 19 left. We import everything from the airplane. Auto brake 3, let's see, half of the runway, for sure we can go brake 2, more comfort to the passengers. This is good enough. Auto brake 2, that's how we are going to land. And I have my auto brake selection here, disarm 1 and 2 set. So on the checklist there are no notes, so we can do a recall. Nothing on recall, so descent checklist, recall checked, notes checked, auto brake is 2. Landing data, I'm missing landing data, so we are going to land with 8.8 tons, so this is 1.1 less. So 214 is weight, and speeds flaps 30, 138. So VREF 30, 138, minimum battle 502, and approach briefing is complete. Guys, just give me one time because I need to open Active Sky here and I need to select something. And on the options,
Kinetic traffic, this is Speaker 115, super, fully vacated to the left.
and audio options. Yes, now I found the audio options here, and so it's saying 122. Did I select it wrong? 122.8. Okay. Now you don't have anything wrong here. It is good. Amazing. So FMC, back to VNAV. We are descending already. And I'm going to keep this while I talk to you. And DC Center 133725. Hikes, I got a message that I need to cross hikes at flight level 200. So let's do this. So hikes at level 200. I think I'm already after hikes. Yeah. Not a big deal. But frequency for ATC 133.725. And the 80s for 13485. 13485.
0 center 28.
Approach runway 19er center. Departing runway 30. Runway 19er left.
Number 285 to Washington Center.
Just lock and exit runway 8 map. Notices to air mission taxiway will close between taxiway 5 and taxiway Yankee 8. Taxiway is closed between gates Charlie 12 and Charlie 14.
I think it's going to be 19 center.
Atlantic closed. Landmark 86 closed. Runway 30 forgiven. Approach fast indicator out of service.
5 minutes.
Delta 2333 approved as requested.
Negative, sir. That was Delta 2333 calling for a different request.
Okay, your block station checking in, say again. Station checking in on the frequency, say again.
Arrival.
Blue Streak 5133, request out of cockpit for 5 minutes.
Blue Streak 5133 approved as requested, and Delta 2333.
Delta 2333, requesting
472 on the ILS
early
center.
clearance to
So
Atlanta Center.
4
Delta 2333,
72
contingent on Atlanta Center, standby. Number 56 Hotel descent, disregard.
472 on the center, and I have to change here. Washington, hello, American 105, Heavy 215, descending via the Hyper 9 arrival.
November 56 Hotel cross Buzzy at the maintain 1000, Lolly altitude 3013.
1000.
We are now inbound the Oro.
America 105, Heavy Washington Center, descend via Hyper 9 arrival, expect visual approach runway 19 center, Dollar altimeter 3010, information, Romeo.
We have Romeo descend via the Hyper 9 arrival, expect visual approach 9 center and altimeter 3010, American 105. So we are still descending.
2333, request denied.
Roger, request denied, Delta 2333.
So we have new minimums, new approach. Let's just to check performance. So let's see the airports first. Oh, unit charts, airport for Washington. So 19 center is not a big deal. If we make Yankee 5 is the best for us. So on the middle of the runway, no, actually Yankee 7. Yeah. So auto brake 2 should be more than enough. And it's the same distance, so we don't have to recalculate again, but just in case, if you want to know how you do it, landing en route, now 19 center, and you can calculate, and we are going to even maybe use brake 2. Make sure, yeah, brake 2 is better for us. Sorry, brake 1. So auto brake 1. We can do descent checklist again. Normal menu, descent checklist. So recall is checked, notes checked, auto brake 1, VREF, so landing data VREF 3138, and minimums now is Baro 472. Approach briefing is complete, descent checklist is complete. We are crossing transition altitude, so altimeter 3010. Approach checklist, altimeter 3010. Approach checklist is complete. And that's it.
Lufthansa 3, Christian Lufthansa 705, Heavy Washington Center, check PDC.
Is there much difference between the 777 in 2020 and 2024? It's slightly easier to fly in 2024. I like a little bit more on 2024 than 2020, but in general, almost the same airplane.
Delta 2333, contact 11 center 132.97.
Obrigado, Roberto. Obrigado pelo like, obrigado pela presença. A gente se vê por aí. Tô na escuta. I hope Wing makes a 777 MCP. I do it as well, and then I may even change this configuration here. This one is nice, but there are a few bugs that I would like it to be addressed. So maybe trying to get a better camera. Yeah. I would like it to be addressed, so maybe Wing can do it. Thiago Alvarenga, good evening. Could you tell us a little bit about loss of thrust on both engines? What would be the action if it happened after takeoff? Thiago, I'm not going to talk about this, especially on the circumstances after takeoff, because this is pretty much what happened to Air India. And I don't want to speculate, and eventually if I start talking about it, I will be talking about actions, what the pilots can do, what the pilots cannot do, what the pilots should do, what the pilots should not do, and I don't know what happened in Air India crash. So this scenario that you show me is not the best for me to give you a lot of information on how the pilots should handle this. Fábio, fala Fabião. Obrigado, obrigado pela presença. Tem que vir aqui voar também. MC Alex Game, does Active Sky automatically loads correct live weather as you fly? MC Alex Game, it does two different things. It loads real weather if you want, and generates the turbulence associated to the winds that you are supposed to get. So it's slightly better than the real weather in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Also, it allows you to set a specific day. So let's say that 20 days ago there was a big thunderstorm in Washington and I want to fly in Washington on that big thunderstorm. I can select the exact time and date on Active Sky, and it's going to show me the weather that was at that day. So you can use historical weather as well. And the third option, you can customize your weather like you do it on the Microsoft Flight Simulator, but on GSX you can just, for example, copy a matter from a different station and include to your current or present position, and you are going to get that type of weather. So it's not easy to configure, but it's a really nice tool.
705.
So we are now approaching 10,000. No electronics, seatbelts to on, landing lights on, turn off on, taxi on, and we can make cabin crew prepare for landing. There we go, we are descending 10,000, then we have 9,000 by Pratt.
Blue Streak 5133.
Yeah, Blue Streak 5133, just about to call you.
Blue Streak 5133, welcome back to Zambia. Caps 3 arrival landing south, reach wind altimeter 3012.
Zambia Caps 3 landing south, Blue Streak 5133.
November 21, Victor Juliet, Zambia.
Okay, 10,000 is checked. We are going to cross above. We are on VNAV paths. Next altitude is 9,000.
November 2856 Hotel, contact Lally approach 124.95, good day.
Contact approach.
Fabião, tem um 350 bom, hein?
13, leaving my space.
Só falta a vontade de comprar ele, mas parece que tá top. E aí eu aprendo 350 contigo.
Station, say again.
Delta 901 is disconnecting.
Delta 901, roger.
Speed. So I'm trying to match my thrust levers because they do not move automatically, so I'm trying to always follow whatever the airplane is doing, so you have an idea where the thrust levers are. And basically we are waiting for vectors now, so after reaching 9000 I'm going to reduce the flap up speed.
Charger American 1140 after pushback, request taxi clearance to runway.
Cabin is ready for arrival.
United 22, leaving my airspace in the central plan radar service terminated. Because change approved today.
We are going to open the speed window.
American level 40, runway 19 taxi via Juliet, cross runway 15 Juliet.
Idle VNAV speed.
Via Juliet, cross runway 1. Via Juliet, American 1140. Washington, location 7 Wheatley, Delta 12,000.
Hold speed
Number
VNAV.
708 Lima Washington, Lima Delta Washington, Center, good evening, climb maintain flight 290. 290, change direct surrender. Number 708 Lima Delta, let me think about that.
VNAV out. And there we go. Flap up speed 9000.
Number 708 Lima
Waiting
Delta,
for vectors.
surrender. American 771, cross Bucky and maintain flight level 240.
Cross Bucky and maintain flight level 240, American 771.
Where is my vector?
Flight 670, cross Bucky and maintain flight level 240. Run to flight 670, cross Bucky and maintain flight level 240.
So I'm going to maintain heading sail now, and I'm going to select cars on 191, so I know where is my final. Yeah, so I'm crossing the final right now.
American 105, turn right heading 200, vectors approach.
Just to confirm, is left 200, American 105.
American 105, heavy turn left heading 200.
Left 200, American 205. 200.
And for American 1140, confirm runway, cross runway is approved. American 1140, cross runway 15 Juliet. Crossing runway 15 Juliet, thank you very much, American 1140. American 105, heavy clear direct cracker, cross cracker and maintain 3000.
There we go. There's a light speed to the right on this approach.
American 105, heavy clear direct cracker, cross cracker and maintain 3000.
Direct cracker, cross cracker, and maintain 3000, American 105. Now I need to have this cracker. So now direct cracker. We execute LNAV, and we have clearance to go down to 3000. Level change, and let's see how is our approach. So to reach tracker at 3000 I need to descend 1422 feet per minute, so I'm going to select flaps 1. Maintain 210 knots for now. It's a good speed for initial approach. And let's see what is our vertical speed here.
Yes, sir. I thought we were leaving.
So I want to see my vertical speed. You can see on the FMC showing now 1460, 1462. Okay, so I'm looking here, but you can see on your FMC as well on the fourth line on the right side. So now that we are descending with the flaps 1 idle and so on, we are descending less than 1500. That is required right now. Going to extend flaps to 5.
705 heavy.
Flaps 5 set.
Taxi via right on Lima, left on Juliet, cross runway 15 Juliet.
And let's see what's the rate of descent that we get right now. I can see the runway up ahead. There. So now we are descending what we need to cross Cracker at 3000 feet. .210. The beginning is fine, so Krakow is going to be 469 miles to the runway, and then we need to be there 200 knots, so we are slightly high and fast. Could be using speed brake, could be setting the gear down. With 210 knots, even flap 15 is possible.
And Southern American 40 after takeoff from runway 19 airborne, passing 1,500 feet. American 11.0 Washington Center radar contact climb maintain flight 360. Command maintain 360, American 1140.
And then Clars is at 2000 and Femco 1500.
Airport travel clock 15 miles, report airport inside.
So, yes, 1005.
Delta 680 Washington.
Speed 180. And we are 6 miles to Krakow, so this is 50-mile final right now.
Heavy.
American 105 heavy.
American 105 heavy, airport travel clock 15 miles, report airport inside.
We have airport inside, American 105 heavy.
American 105 heavy, cleared.
Gear down now.
19 center.
Clear visual approach 19 center, American 105.
Delta 680 Washington.
So Cracker, we are going to cross 3000 or above. Clars is at 2000.
Say you request for the edit. Do you say that again? Delta 680, I made an amendment to your flight plan. That is why you cannot edit your flight plan. You have to edit via ATC. So say your requested edit. Copy.
There we go. We have India Delta Lima X-ray identified, correct sensing for the localizer and the glide slope, approach mode, and localizer is captured.
Maintain 15,000, copy altimeter, American 771.
United 2192, descend via Cockpit to arrive, landing is the southwest, lolly altimeter 3013.
Altimeter through, correction altimeter 3013, and descend.
There we go, really nice approach. By the way, this is idle.
Thunder 705 heavy. Washington wind 18013, runway
1500 now is enough. 1400.
American 105 heavy, dollars wind 220 to 11, gust 16, runway 19 center, clear to land.
So we are getting now to 7.5 miles. Clear to land 19 center, American 105 heavy.
2500.
Radio altimeter is alive. So gear down is there. Flaps 20. Speed brake armed. Bring the speed to flaps 20 speed. $1,500 is next altitude. Just to make sure glide slope is coming. There we go. The airplane is still in idle, so that was the correct time for the gear. Missed approach is to 3000, so we have glide slope capture, missed approach 3000 is set. Now flaps 30, reduced to approach speed 143, and we can do landing checklist. When we have flaps 30, we'll get landing checklist complete.
Run to flight 670 cross. Jabo at the main.
Flaps 30, landing checklist complete. Now we have a little bit of thrust. And we are crossing 1000 feet stable.
1000.
Checked. So on the 777 usually we keep auto throttle on. That's what I'm going to do today. And manual flight in a few seconds. Let it stabilize. So manual flight, flight director.
Washington Control, Delta 680, looks for information on the board requesting R4 to Philadelphia. Delta 680, check BTC.
500. 400.
Let's correct this.
November 1011 Sierra, Washington. Washington Center, service delaying Skyline 1011 Sierra, about 25 miles.
I don't know why my sim is not
rally.
Approaching minimum standard.
downloading the runway.
Washington Center,
The settings for the runway, as you can see.
15, maintain VFR. 3015, maintain VFR, thanks.
100.
Good afternoon, Delta 2511, for level 3 center.
20.
Charlie 2511 Washington Center, good evening.
There we go. Touchdown. Oops, speed brake up.
705 heavy.
Reversers. As you can see, I'm dancing on the runway with my current settings. Why not reverses? Okay, thank you so much. Idle reverse. We are going to take
705 heavy Washington Center radar contact on maintain flight between 90.
60 knots out of idle.
1518, expect visual approach from 19 center, dollars information.
Speed brake retracted, auto brake is off.
Visual 19 center, United 1518.
Very, very sensitive.
American 771, cross Essos at the maintain 10,000 speed 250.
So we'll need to go back now.
So can I have the altitude again?
Left,
Billy altimeter 30.
Yankee or Zulu.
No, sorry, the altitude.
Usually
American 771,
Zulu.
cross Essos at the maintain 10,000 speed 250.
So,
Cross SO at
speed brake,
10,000, speed 250.
weather radar,
American 771.
captain side is complete.
Turn to flight 670, cross Essos at the maintain 10,000 speed 250.
Speed 250, cross maintain SO at 10,000 for flight 670.
take Charlie, if I'm not mistaken. Guys, I'm going to slow down a little bit here so I can do everything properly and check my parking position through GSX. So the main thing that I want to do is Alpha 32. With Dinata is fine. Where it is, just want to make sure I'm yeah, this is the correct one, so I need to take a right here on Charlie. Okay, so right here on Charlie. Now I'm going to reduce again and do the first officer side. Okay, so for the first officer, he's going to go and take off lights. Then terrain from his side. Auto brake goes to off. Flaps go all the way to up. And transponder goes to transponder. Okay, tick us off, we can cancel. And then we are looking for position 32.
DC Center, November 216 for Juliet, return. Just had a bit of Wi-Fi issue.
Let's see from outside if GSX is... Yeah, I see some cards on 32. We'll get it there. Almost done for today.
Three by five.
Just checking my graphic card. This CPU is at 28%. I don't know why it doesn't work more. Still, and GPU 39%. Yeah. So there we go. We are coming to the final position, so we can start APU. So APU start, then on.
November 708.
Taxi light off.
1 at a maintain flight 240.
1 at a maintain 240.
And there we go.
American 771 leaving my airspace. Philadelphia approach our flying radar service terminated. Breakers change. Proof good day.
Over to contact to the American 771.
Okay, so this is position. I'm going to slow down. Alpha 32.
Number 21 Victor Julia, roger.
Let me see from outside. It's straight ahead, right?
Restrict PT 133, descend and maintain 3000, turn right heading 090, vector spur approach. On the rollout, Potomac delivery 12 o'clock, 5 miles, port delivery inside.
Set 3000, right turn 090, will report the river, District 5133.
Where is the marshaller?
Washington Metro, Delta 62, requesting question, sir. Which airport? Washington Dulles.
Is this a marshaller here or something?
680. Push the start to this crash on the bicycle ready for taxi, expect runway 19 left for departure. Take 19 left for departure, close push start.
I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm going to use outside camera just to park this airplane here. I don't see the marshaller. I'm going to put on the right side of this dog.
Blue Street 5133 as a river.
Restricted 133, clearly river visual runway 19 approach.
Clear for the river visual, runway 19, restricted 133.
Restricted visual, double 50, just a confirmation, tails 19 right for departure, correct?
The bridge is already moving.
Expect runway 19 left for departure, requesting runway 30 for departure advice. 19 left for departure, 062.
Okay, there we go. Otherwise, it's going to hit the engine.
Your pressure below the pure approach or primary, the service terminated. Quick change approved, good day.
Okay, so we can set parking brake. APU running. Parking brake is set. We can got the fuel control and turn off seat belts.
Number 1010, Danbury,
hydraulic panel.
5 miles. Fuel inside 110.
Fuel
Number
pump.
1010, no traffic observed in the vicinity.
Beacon.
Service terminated. Squawk via park brake exchange approved, good day.
Flight director
PSR, frequency change approved, have a great day, 110.
and transponder.
1518, turn left heading 100.
Now,
descend the maintain
I'm going to use this to get
100 down to 5,000 meters
shocks,
to the approach.
ground connections, set shocks. So shocks are set. We can release parking brake, and next step is shutdown checklist. Shutdown checklist, parking brake is released. Shutdown checklist is complete. And then I'm going to ask GSX to the boarding.
The boarding requested.
So let's see outside everything that's going on around the airplane. I'm going to disconnect from VATSIM. So yeah, I just disconnected from VATSIM, and let's see what else you mentioned here, guys. Shulapa. What did I do in the FMC that there was this line? I'm going to explain to you in a second. Lucas FF, thank you so much for your message, my friend. I hope to see you here again. Zaiden Pain, the landing was not that great, especially because of my rudder, but anyway, it worked. Ale Souza, salve Ale, obrigado pela presença. So, Shulapa asked what I did that I had a straight line on my final. So I'm going to show you guys. We can go inside the airplane, and let me just take any route here. So let's say that now we are departing Washington, and we are going to go back to New York, and now it's going to be American 106. So we can activate, execute this index position. It makes no sense to have this set inertial position here because we never turn off our ADRU anyway. So I'm sorry guys, I was not showing you, but basically we have a standard route here, and I'm going to take any departure from runway 19 left. I don't know. Capital 1, yes, that's the one. Capital 1, and then any arrival into JFK. Okay, so I'm going to take JFK 13 left as an example. Okay, also I want my engines running, so maybe what I need to do, sorry guys, I'm going to do is slightly different. I'm going to do PMDG setup, state load. I'm going to find runway here and going to execute, and while it executes I'm going to open FSIPANEL, and then with FSIPANEL I'm going to take us to the final or close to the final in New York. Okay, so I'm going to select an airport, KJFK here on my system. I'm going to select runway 13 left, with ILS, yes, and I'm going to get right hand side vectors. So I'm going to move the airplane. So guys, we are going all the way to New York now. Okay. You can see Statue of Liberty here, Manhattan, and so on. So what is important to us is that what we are going to do. So Shulapa, let me know if you understand English. I think so, because I was talking to you in English for a long time and you didn't say anything. I think you understood. I just have to give me more fuel. This fuel is not enough. I'm going to add 7,000 to this, and I want to make sure that I have the correct speed here. We are at 2,300, so I'm going to select these as altitude, cost index 0, and that's it. Now index, approach, I have correct speed. Let me just show you basic stuff here. And I don't need engine. Guys, just give me 1 second. I'm preparing everything for this approach. ILS is there. Let me see. Yes, ILS is there. So Shulapa, what I did, as you can see on the navigation display, I have an ILS approach that is like a series of right turn until Telex, and then Telex Kashum towards runway 13 left. But let's say that I'm being vector and I'm not going to fly Busan or Telex. I'm just going to fly through position Kashum, which is the final approach fix. Okay, so this Kashum is the final approach fix, and I'm going to do using the FMC now on the simulator so you can see it better. So I can take the fix that I want, in this case Kashum, the fix that I know is on the final, and then I'm going to set is a direct 2. But instead of giving a direct 2, as you can see there is a line from my airplane direct to Kashum. I don't want to go to Kashum direct from this position. I want to continue straight ahead and then intercept the final. So the final in New York is 134. I can see it from the next fix, that from Kashum to the runway, and also I can see from the navigation radius that the final is 134. So I'm direct Kashum, and instead of direct I want intercept course 134. It's already pre-selected here because it's the next one, but you can set anything. Okay, you can set anything. In that case, to Washington I've set 191 if I'm not mistaken. So in this case you go direct Kashum, but not direct, intercepting course 134 to Kashum. As you can see now, there is no straight line from my airplane direct to Kashum. We have a straight line all the way from the runway going through Kashum and crossing here to me on the left side. So if I execute, I have now a runway extension, so I know where is my final. Okay, one more time, you can change this. Okay, direct Kashum, if I set 150 for example, you are going to see that the line goes to the other side. Okay, and or 125, the line is going to come from this side. So basically you can set anything that you want, but usually what you want is the final approach 134, then you can execute and you can fly your approach. You are going to even have a VNAV path available to this approach. Okay, so let's fly this approach. Why not? So Right now we have flaps 5. I'm going to keep it flaps 5. We can arm the speed brake. And we can arm approach mode. And we are all set. Auto brake 2 to this runway is not enough. So I'm going to select auto brake 3. Or 4. 4. Auto brake 4 for this approach. What is our... yeah, we are quite heavy, 243. And we are going to use full reverse for this landing. So Shlap, I hope you are still here. And I hope you were able to understand what I did to create this line on the final. Navigation radius. Okay, something is not right. LNAV. DNAV. Descent now. Okay, I need to be on the descent to have the ILS and then approach mode. Now makes sense. So glide slope is there, gear down, flaps 20, speed down to flaps 20 speed. Localizer capture. Glide slope capture, missed approach in this procedure is 4,000 feet. And there we go, we don't need engine. Speed is less than 180, we can extend flaps to 30 if we want. Flaps 30. Speed 152. And there we are, completely configured, final approach, runway 13 left. Landing checklist, we were doing this, so we can reset all, normal menu, landing checklist is complete, ready to go. This should be in FMC legs, but you cannot see. Zero trabalho, Chulapa. No stress, my friend. It's very easy with FSIPANEL, and we are able to do another landing. By the way, no, I cannot change my configuration right now, so I'm going to try not to touch the rudder pedals too much for this approach, and I'm going to do
1000
auto throttle off approach. So autopilot off, auto throttle off. Flight director. Let's see how I go. Speed is 152, is showing 153, so we can reduce a little bit, just a little bit.
500.
Keep going down. Oop.
400.
25 knots head crosswind from the right side. Okay, let's see how we do it.
300.
Losing glide slope now for no reason. Getting speed. Let's keep 900 feet per minute.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
There we go. Full reverse. Oh, my rudder pedals. Yeah, I need to configure these rudder pedals. I think I configured in the wrong way, to the wrong side. $80 knots, idle reverse, 60 knots, auto reverse. and 20 knots out of brakes. And there we go. So that's the way. Okay, I hope you understand. Clássicos Virtuais was here, Miguel Martins also. Thank you so much for watching. Also from Portugal, Miguel Martins. And Chulapa, thank you so much for your questions one more time. Guys, I see you next time. I'm going to be online Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Okay? So you can expect another 3 live streams. 1 or 2 Portuguese, 1 or 2 English. We are going to have Portuguese, we are going to have English, no doubt. I just don't know how many of each. Okay? Thank you guys. See you next time. Bye bye.